Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the best TSM groups and operations for flipping in Season of Discovery. So over the past few weeks, ever since Season of Discovery has came out, I've been constantly working on making the best groups and operations for flipping in Season of Discovery. I've put a lot of time, effort and research into finding the best items and categorizing them perfectly for Season of Discovery, including like all the different phases. So let's go ahead and check out the groups and some of the things that we've came up with so far. So if we open up the auction house here, we check out some of the groups. So for the groups, we have them sorted out from the BOE gear. Now we have in the BOE gear, we have all the best items for phase 1. So we have the BIS, the pre-BIS and high demand items all in one group. We also have the epic BOEs, the rare BOEs and the uncommon BOEs. Now we have the same thing for the weapons. On top of that, we also have all of the materials in the game that are worth flipping, all in a group, and they're sorted by phases. So phase 1 has all the phase 1 materials, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And then also we have all of the recipes that are worth flipping in Season of Discovery, and we also have them categorized by the phases. So the first phase right here, second phase, and then we have the third and fourth phase in a group together. So we've put in a lot of time and effort putting all these groups together, and they've been working really well to make a lot of gold from flipping. Now if you already own the classic flipping guide, make sure you get the new updated version of the flipping guide. This will have the new groups inside of them and the updated version. There's over 8,000 items just for phase 1 in the current version of the groups. So there's a bunch of different items that you can actually flip, and obviously we have them sorted out in a way where if you want to target, say, the high demand items or the BIS items or the pre-BIS items, you'll be able to do that. If you just want to focus on, for an example, say the rare BOEs, you could also sort it by that. And then the uncommons, this is all of your greens. So this is all the level from level 1 all the way up to level 25 greens that are worth flipping. Now with the BOEs, we have them sorted out. So for an example, some items are an item, and then after them it will say of the eagle or of the monkey or something along those lines. Like there's a bunch of different ones. We have those sorted out, so you don't have to worry about the different styles of the same piece of gear. It's all sorted out for you. And then also in the BIS list, in the pre-BIS list, in the high demand list, we also only have the ones that have the correct sort of that same piece of gear. I think they're called affix. Now the best thing about these groups is that I'm going to be constantly updating them, which I have been since the very start of Season of Discovery. But in future phases, I'm going to be doing the same thing for, say, phase 2, 3 and 4, and going to be constantly updating and making the groups even better than what they already are. So if you are interested in checking these out, you can find them inside of my classic flipping guide, which will be the first link down below in the description box. The guide will teach you how to set up TSM if you're new to TSM completely. It will teach you the basics of flipping, and it will teach you everything you need to know about flipping. You will also obviously get access to my flipping groups and the operations. Now the operations are set up in a way where you can pretty much never lose money when selling an item. So what it will do is actually track how much you paid for an item that you brought from the flipping groups, and then it will set a minimum price based on how much you paid for the item. So this way it is extremely beginner friendly, and if you're just getting started with flipping, you won't have to worry about losing money on anything that you're flipping. The operation will sort that all out for you, and it will only have you posting items at a profitable price, and if there is even more profit in it, it will even go for a higher profit if possible. So for an example, if there is none other of that item posted up on the auction house, it will even go for a higher profit margin for you. Or if there is competition, it will undercut the competition. So far, I've had nothing but positive feedback on the groups and the operations from the flipping guide. A lot of people in Discord have been really enjoying it, so I'd love to see that. And personally, I've been doing a challenge on the channel here, if you want to go ahead and check that out, where I've been using the groups and the operations and all the tips and tricks from the flipping guide to actually flip myself. Now this is on Season of Discovery, but you can also use the flipping guide for classic era, for classic hardcore, and then obviously also Season of Discovery. So if you are interested in learning how to flip, or if you already know how to flip but you just want to take your flipping to the next level, I'd highly recommend getting these groups. They're made absolutely perfect. Everything is sorted out exactly how you want it to be. And like I said, it's going to be constantly updated all throughout Season of Discovery. However, I'll get in and I'll show you how the groups actually work, and we'll do some scans on some of the groups, and I'll show you some of the items that you can expect to get when doing this sort of flipping and using the group. Alrighty, so I'll show you how this works a bit. With the groups, let's start off with the BIS, pre-BIS and high demand items. So we have the gear in one category, then also the weapons. Just if you want to select one at a time, it can make this scan a bit quicker. Or what you can do is you can scan both of them together if you want to. Let's go ahead and do both. So there's nearly 500 items up on the auction house from these groups. Now these are some of the highest demand items in phase 1 of Season of Discovery that you can get the best possible prices for, that sell for a lot of gold. Now there are obviously other hidden gems in the other BOE groups, but these tend to be the best items that are in the highest demand, so you should have no trouble whatsoever selling a bunch of these very quickly. So while the scan is going through, I'll just talk you through how this works. So on the side here, this is the market value percent. So when it's at 100%, it's pretty much at the price it should be. If it's over, it means it's overpriced, and if it's under 100%, it means it's a better deal. So the lower the percent, the better of a deal. So I like to sort it by the lowest to the highest, and you start from the bottom and work your way down. You can go through, as you can see, there's a bunch of these. So to reset the price to like, well, we've got some of them, you'd have to buy a bunch of these out. So items like that, I don't really like to buy too many of the same item. So we'll let the scan go through and we'll see what deals pop up. But basically, that is how you find the best deals. You want to look at the market value. You also want to look at the other price datas and make sure they're about roughly the same on the other realms in the region. So that's under region market value average and the region historical price, just so you have an idea of what they're going for on the other realms. And you want to make sure the market value is around that also. So we'll let the scan go through and we'll see what items we can grab from the BIS, the pre-BIS and high demand groups. Alright, so as the scan is going, you can actually buy items. So a good deal just popped up right here. There's one posted for 1 gold, the next one is 2 gold and 50 silver. So we'll quickly go ahead and snag that one for 1 gold and we'll repost it at 2 gold and 50 silver. And we can continue doing the scan. Now the first 2 items that are right here, there's just too many of them for a low price. You'd have to buy out like 20 to 30 of them before the price would get much higher, closer to the market value. So we will stay away with them at the moment. There's just a bit too many posted up on this specific auction house. I am playing on one of the highest populated PvP servers. If we have a look, for an example, this cape right here, we could buy this out. The market value is around currently around 1 gold roughly. So what we could do here is we could buy all of these, the one for 45 silver and all the ones around 60 silver, and then we could resell each one of those for 95 silver each, undercutting this guy. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that real quick. Let's buy these all out. We're using the TSM macro to buy very quickly there. Alright, so and then also these Slayer capes. Now these have been really good. There is a decent amount of these posted, so we would have to buy out a bit too many. So for the same example of the top 3 items, there's just too many of them posted before that you'd have to buy out before the price would change. Now you could buy 1 or 2 and just wait, hold on to it and wait for the prices, or for the market to have less of them posted up on the auction house. But we won't do that for now. We'll just let the scan keep going. Some other deals may pop up. So here's a good one right here. This is a really good tanking cape. What we could do is there's a couple posted at 1 gold and 91 silver. The next highest is 3 gold and 69 silver. So we could buy these 3 for 1 gold and 91 silver. Then we could repost at 3 gold and 69 silver for each of those. What else we got here? Let's see, how many of these are there? There's only 2 of these posted up on the auction house at 62% of the market value, so this could be a very good flip. What we would do, and what the TSM operations would have these posted at, if we buy all of these out, there's no competition on the auction house, so I'd post at the normal price for our TSM operations, which would be 6 gold and 51 silver each, so we more than double our gold off them. So let's continue doing the flip. We might wait till the scan completes fully, and then we'll see what items have popped up. Alright, so the scan is finished. There's a few more items that we can go ahead and buy. This right here is marked for around 2 gold. We could buy them. We already have a few selling. So we could buy them all out for around 1 gold, and then we could repost all of them at 1 gold and 66 silver. There's a few more items here. Let's just see which ones they were. The market value on this is 2 gold. One posted for 1 gold. We might be able to find a bit better of a flip. So this would sell very quickly. Pretty good stuff. There's one posted for 11 gold, 14 gold, 14 gold, 16 gold. We could buy the one for 11, but would also have to buy these two and then resell at 16 gold each. Not too much profit. If we really wanted to, we could do that flip though. This one seemed alright. 3 gold market value. There's a few posted for 2 gold. Let's go ahead and buy these out. And then there's a couple posted at 2 gold and 50 silver. We actually will also buy those out, and then we'll repost all of them at 3 gold each, undercutting the next person. Then the last thing that I seen just before was this right here. There's just one of these rows posted a bit lower than the others, so a little bit of room for profit there. But that's basically how the scanning works. And what you would do then is you'd go ahead and you would scan the other group. So if you want to do the rares, then you want to do the uncommons. Now with the materials, obviously the phase 1 materials are going to sell the best at the moment. They're a bit different though, because when you're buying materials, you're kind of resetting the market. You wouldn't be buying just 1 or 2 of the material. What you'd be doing is you'd be buying out a whole heap of one material that is way below the market value, and then trying to reset the price around the market value. So you'd buy it, say, from 30% of the market value all the way up to 80 to 100% of the market value. And then what you would do is you would repost them for around 100% of the market value, or undercutting in a competition. So it's a bit different, but don't buy one at a time. You kind of want to buy all the cheap ones out, so then the cheapest one is actually at a pretty high price around the market value, and then you repost all yours at that price. Then with the materials, you kind of want to focus on the phase 1 stuff. These are what are going to be selling the best. You can do a bit of flipping with the phase 2 things. People are actually investing in these already and stocking up on these for the future phase, but I would recommend sticking to the phase 1 recipes just for now if you want to have quick sales. So let's go ahead, head over to the mailbox. We'll grab out those few items that we brought to flip, and I'll show you how to post them up on the auction house using the operations from this flipping guide. Alright, so let's go ahead, open the mailbox. Let's grab out everything that we brought here. So a bunch of really good items to flip, as you can see. We'll go ahead and we'll grab these, and I'll show you how easy it is to actually post things up on the auction house. So we're obviously going to be using the TSM operations to do so. Now with this blade, you can only carry one at a time. There's a few items that are unique like that, where you can only have one of them in your inventory at a time. So you just have to do a couple trips from the mailbox if you have items like that, but that doesn't matter whatsoever. So how it's set up, it makes it extremely simple to post the items. All you got to do is select all the groups from the flipping guide, simple as this, and then you click on run post scan, and this is going to scan through all the items, and it's going to have them all posting at the correct prices, getting the most amount of profit out of the items that it can. Obviously also undercutting people, and it will never post any of the items at a non-profitable price. Every single time that you're posting, it's going to remember how much you paid for the item, and it's going to post the items at a minimum at a profitable price. It's also going to post for 2 hours, so you can save on the deposit costs. So very simple. Any beginner, you don't have to look at any prices or double check anything. All you got to do is spam that post button, and it's going to post them all at a correct price. Now, one more thing that comes with these groups is it's set up for doing the sniper scan. Now, this can be really useful to snipe some really cheap deals. So what I like to do when I run the sniper scan, it's going to run a sniper scan on all of the groups. And what I like to do is click on this percent, so it shows the lowest market value percent first. And this way, if a really good deal pops up, it's going to be at the top, and you can buy it very quickly before anyone else gets a chance. So with this, I've been able to buy some items way cheaper than they actually should be on the auction house. Sometimes even I've bought them for like a couple copper, items that are worth like multiple gold or even like 10 gold. People may be posting them accidentally at the wrong price or something along those lines, or they just don't know the value of the item, and then you can quickly snipe this before anyone else has a chance of actually getting the items. So this works extremely well, and this is set up with the groups and the operations from the flipping guide ready for you to go. But without giving any more away from the groups and the operations, if you would like to check them out yourselves, you can do that. It'll be the first link down below in the description box. And with the flipping guide, when you get it, you'll obviously be able to import my groups and the operations into your TSM and do exactly what I'm doing and have it all ready to go for you right away instantly. Also, in the flipping guide, it will teach you exactly how to flip. It will also teach you how to set up TSM if you're new to using TSM. And then it will obviously teach you all the tips and tricks you need to know about flipping. Now this will work with Classic Era, Classic Hardcore, and also Season of Discovery. For Hardcore and Era, it has specific groups for that version of the game, and then you also have another specific group for Season of Discovery. So they are different, but they're both included inside of the flipping guide. You'll get both import strings for whatever version of Classic you are playing at the time. Now on top of that, they're going to be constantly updated, so in future phases I'm going to update the groups, and I'm always making changes to the groups, adding more items and making them even better. But at the moment they're extremely well thought out. I've put a lot of time, research and effort into making them perfect for Season of Discovery Phase 1. So go ahead, and if you are interested in flipping and you are a beginner, they are super beginner friendly, so it will help you get started right away. And also you'll get access to a private Discord where I will personally help you myself, plus there's a bunch of other people that are very useful and helpful with flipping that will help you out also in the private Discord. So the link for the flipping guide is the first link down below in the description box if you want to go ahead and check that out. However guys, that was it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.